Britney Spears is getting more candid than ever in her memoir, The Woman in Me. The pop star's highly anticipated book is already drawing lots of attention.
Here are even more secrets that Britney Spears revealed in her memoir. When we take a look in her book, Britney Spears criticizes Justin Timberlake for another issue outside of the unplanned pregnancy issue that they had.
In Britney's book, The Woman in Me, she reveals she got pregnant.
She addressed her long-standing pop rival, Christina Aguilera, for her famous 2003 Rolling Stone cover that she did with Justin Timberlake.
Britney Spears used part of her The Woman in Me memoir to react to Justin Timberlake and Christina Aguilera's overwhelmingly positive press in the 2000s.
Justin and Christina collaborated on their joint Justified and Stripped tour back in 2003, just a year after his harsh breakup with Britney Spears.
The 40-year-old singer took to Instagram on Monday to share details about her breakup with Justin Timberlake.
And they appeared together on the Rolling Stone cover, with Justin giving Christina what Britney describes as sexy looks.
But what'd you think?
Had to expect it.
It was pretty sexy. That was kind of fun to watch.
It's always sexy.
You know, the whole thing was pretty seductive. And Britney Spears wrote this specifically. Even if they weren't trying to be cruel, it felt like they were just pouring salt in the wound. Why was it so easy for everyone to forget that I was a human being? Vulnerable enough that these headlines could leave a bruise.
I think I did it again. I made you believe.
Britney Spears also opened up about her strong disapproval of how the media was starting to depict her as an eternal virgin, especially in the early parts of her career. She reveals that this good girl image was something that was crafted by her managers and the media due to her large teenage fan base, but that really wasn't her at all. Contrary to this portrayal, Britney shares that she had been actually intimately active since the age of 14 years old, and she had been living with Justin Timberlake during their relationship. So, you know, stuff were going down. Britney then went on to reflect on the intense scrutiny that she faced from the media throughout her entire career. She goes on to mention receiving unsettling comments about her chest size, with rumors starting to swirl about her getting cosmetic surgery. And Britney also talked about feeling really uncomfortable at the increasing amount of older men that would leer at her during her shows. There were some other incidents that made Britney feel uncomfortable too outside of these. Specifically, she criticizes her 2003 interview with Diane Sawyer, where she was bombarded with tough questions about Justin Timberlake following their breakup.
You did something that caused him so much pain.
I was upset.
Britney feels that she shouldn't have been compelled at all to discuss personal matters on national TV, especially in front of a stranger who seemed relentless in her questioning, which made her burst into tears. Britney had even mentioned that she wasn't even prepped on what questions were going to be asked in the interview, so she was completely unprepared and just did not expect the interview to go that way. Regarding another interview experience, Britney criticizes Ryan Seacrest for his interview approach during her 2007 appearance on his live radio show. Instead of promoting her album, she was bombarded with questions about her children, Jaden and Preston, and that took her off guard. It was like, what? Why are you talking about my kids? I don't want to talk about them. That's private stuff. Speaking of her kids though, Britney Spears did talk about her struggles with perinatal depression after the birth of her first son. She openly admits that she was so distressed, she fell into depression, that she didn't allow her mom to hold him for 2 months after his birth. And here's an excerpt of what Britney wrote in her book about this. I got a little depressed once I was no longer keeping them safe inside my body. They seemed so vulnerable out in the world, jockeying paparazzi and tabloids. I began to suspect that I was a bit overprotective when I wouldn't let my mom hold Jaden for the first 2 months. Also, after her conservatorship began, Britney says that her life was meticulously controlled, almost like putting parental controls on someone's iPhone. And any resistance that she may have put up was just completely ignored. It was shut down, almost like she didn't exist. Whatever she wanted, yeah, nope, who cares what you want? She also made a note of a 2016 TV interview where she discussed the conservatorship, but this discussion was actually cut from the final broadcast. And there have been some speculations that suggest that this interview was with the UK's Jonathan Ross show, but that hasn't been confirmed. On that note, guys, that brings us to the end of this video looking at more secrets that Britney Spears exposed in her memoir. Be sure to sound off down below and join in on the conversation about anything I shared in this video. And until next time, guys, stay awesome, and I'll see you soon. Boom.